What's the latest with Temecula's most popular new construction community, Sommers Bend? Which communities are still selling, which communities are sold out, and hang around till the end of the video and we'll talk about a rumor that I'm hearing about a new community that might be coming across the street from Sommers Bend.
Aronson and Zakowski are the two biggest gossips in town. In an hour, everyone will know.
Hi, Jessica Genung here with the Genung team and Real Broker. I am going to take you through Sommers Bend community by community, going to give you the latest on the availability, explain the differences in the various communities, and show you what life is like to live here. There are 12 sub-communities within Sommers Bend with a wide range of homes. You have townhomes starting in the 400,000s all the way up to luxury $2 million plus homes on large lots. I've helped 15 clients to date buy homes in Sommers Bend, and we have another 4 in the works in the various Sommers Bend communities and have been working here since it was just dirt lots. If you are a longtime viewer of our channel, you may remember a couple of videos like this one that I made informing you that pre-selling had begun. I think that was back in 2020. So I do consider myself pretty in the know on this community. Woodside Homes is the master developer of this community, but they sold some of their land to 2 other builders, which were Taylor Morrison and Richmond American. So you have 3 total builders in Sommers Bend. We are going to use this nifty map on the website so you can follow me along through the various communities. Sommers Bend, by the way, it's in the northeast corner of Temecula near the border of Murrieta. There are 2 traffic signals off Butterfield stage that provide access to the community on Sommers Bend Road. So one down here and one up here. We are going to start at this south entrance, which I call the fire station entrance, because there's a fire station right there. It's actually a really nice looking fire station. The first community is right here. It's called Esplanade, and it was built by Taylor Morrison. It is currently just about sold out with only 2 homes remaining for sale, last I heard. The sales center is no longer there, and the models have sold as well. These are 1- and 2-story homes ranging from about 1,700 square feet, as you can see, to a little bit over 2,500 square feet. Esplanade is the only 55 plus age restricted community in Sommers Bend. They were mostly single-story homes, but there were some that had a 2nd story, that had a loft, and sometimes a spare bedroom and bathroom upstairs. But the primary bedroom was always on the 1st floor. Most of Esplanade is gated, and they have their own clubhouse and pool facility within the gates. Because of this, the HOA fee is a little bit higher than what is typical in Sommers Bend. HOA is around $325 a month from what I recall. I had 4 clients purchase homes in Esplanade, and 2 of these clients secured homes on this ridge, which is right here on the Long Valley Wash, which I'm going to briefly tell you about. This is a drainage wash that runs through the community. These lots sold at a premium because they have no rear neighbors, open rail fencing so that you can enjoy the views, and the wash is beautifully landscaped with walking trails. Now the walking trails, they are down low in the wash, so you still have very nice privacy along the ridge. Moving across from Esplanade, you have ShaWood, which is located down here. It runs along from the fire station all the way along the south end here, and then it's up here on the east side as well. And they're currently selling in both of these areas here. ShaWood is the highest end product by far being built in Sommers Bend. These are luxury homes. They have the largest lots of any of the communities, and they're being built by Woodside Home and its parent company, Sakasui House, I think is how you say it. ShaWood is the newest community to open in Sommers Bend and possibly the last community to finish building. They are also the most expensive, starting around $1.5 million and going up to $2+ million. I have a very detailed video about ShaWood that I released about a month or so ago, so feel free to check that out for more info. They have been selling for about a month or 2, and they've sold a total of 8 homes out of the 57 homes that they're going to be building according to their website. Over here at the back of Sommers Bend, you have Acacia, which was built by Woodside Homes. So it's in this purple section here. The homes range from a little over 3,000 square feet to a little over 4,200 square feet. Before ShaWood, Acacia was the most high-end community in Sommers Bend with the highest spec level. I had 4 clients purchase in Acacia. Their floor plans were excellent and they had very beautiful models. Acacia is all sold out, including the models. Prices in Acacia range from about $1 million to $1.4 million. And next to Acacia, right up here in this green section, you have Upton, which is also a Woodside Homes community. These are 1- and 2-story homes. There's only one single-story floor plan, but they range in square footage from about 2,200 square feet to almost 3,800 square feet. There are about 40 homes left to sell in Upton, which is about 7 to 8 phases, but they currently have quite an extensive wait list. I have one client closing in Upton this summer, one very interested client on the wait list, and another client just asked me to help them get on the wait list today, which I will do. With about 40 homes left to sell, it's possible that they could still get a home here, but it's going to take some luck and patience. Also, the premium lots are not likely to become available, in my opinion. These homes are mostly starting in the 800,000s once you factor in the lot premiums and upgrades, and then they go up from there. Next to Upton is one of the first communities to be built in Sommers Bend, which was called EverView, which was also built by Woodside Homes. EverView was pretty similar to Upton with one single-story floor plan, which was about 2,000 square feet, and the rest were 2 stories, maxing out a little over 3,500 square feet. So Upton is not on this map, but I'm sorry, EverView is not on this map, but it's directly next to Upton here. So it's right here in this little gray happy homeowner section is where one of the first communities called EverView was built. This community was right in the thick of the COVID craziness with the rock bottom interest rates and had a crazy wait list. And instead of just having a first come first serve wait list, they had buyers that literally camped out for a home. I had so many clients that were interested in this community, but I only had 2 clients that were willing to do the camp out in order to secure the home. It sounds unreal, but they seriously camped out in their cars. Quick story about the camp out, although I'm trying to push this out of my memory, but in that particular phase release, which was at the very end of EverView selling, it was either in the last phase or the second to last phase, so there was a long wait list. But anyway, 2 of my clients, they camped out for a week. They had, I believe it was like 6 homes that were in that phase release, so they had the 6 spots that were reserved for the people waiting for the homes. So if you were in the first spot, you had your first pick, and then on down the road. But there were rules to the camp out where you or somebody else on the purchase contract or your agent had to be in that parking spot the entire time. So you could be relieved, you know, like if you were husband and wife, like the wife or the husband could relieve each other. And I had to go relieve those couple clients a little bit during the week as well, so that they could go shower, so that they could go get food. Keep in mind, they had 1 porta potty for these 6 people that were living there for like a week, and my client who was in spot, I had clients in spot number 1 and spot number 2, and my one in spot number 2 was like hilarious. He called me, it was like the last day or the second to last day, and he was like, seriously, Jessica, this situation, it's deteriorating. It got pretty bad at the end. But don't worry, this was the only community to do the wait list like that, and I don't think that they're going to be doing that again because it caused issues not having the parking lot available for a week and having people living in their cars next to the sales center, as you can imagine. Up above EverView in this open space area right here, I've been told by many sales reps that this is preserved space. There's some walking trails up here, but I'm told that this space is not going to be developed up to the north of the community here. Below EverView, also in this gray area where it says happy homeowners, are a couple of Richmond American communities, starting with Arborly, which was around right here in this lower gray area. Arborly is all sold out, including the models, and it is the larger homes of the 2 Richmond American communities. Arborly also had 1 single-story plan and 3 2-story plans. The size of the homes started around 2,000 square feet and went up to a little bit over 2,900 square feet. The 2-story floor plans, by the way, are currently still selling in Menifee at Richmond American's Heritage Community in Breverde. Richmond American has homes left there at the Menifee community, but it's getting near the end. I had one client buy in Arborly about a year ago, and they got lucky because another buyer had canceled, so they were offered an Alma floor plan on a nice, spacious, flat, usable lot with no rear neighbors. The Alma floor plan was the second largest floor plan, but it was the most popular, which is one of the rare times that the largest floor plan was not the most popular. Normally, the largest floor plan is the most popular. The other Richmond American community right next door here was called Canvas, and it's right here around this area of the gray Happy Homeowners section. These were all two-story floor plans and ranged from about 1,800 square feet to a little over 2,300 square feet. This community is also sold out, but resale homes occasionally come on the market, including a new listing of mine. My newest listing was built in 2022, and oftentimes buying a newer resale can even be better than buying a brand new home. Brand new homes in our area, they never come with backyard landscaping. It will be dirt. New homes also don't come with window coverings or a refrigerator or washer dryer typically. A newer resale, such as my beautiful new listing, gives the best of both worlds. A new home that is completely move-in ready, where the current seller took care of the landscaping and is including the appliances. I have to shamelessly plug my listings sometimes. We have one more section of the community to run through, which is in the center of Sommers Bend. So if we move down here to this other gray area of Happy Homeowners, this is a community called Canopy. So Canopy was down here, and then there was actually what we called Canopy 2. They had another section of these same floor plans that after this, call it Canopy 1, was sold out, they moved up here and they had another grouping of, it was approximately like 30 homes or so of Canopy 2 that was up kind of more in this northern section. Canopy homes ranged from about 2,300 square feet to a little over 2,500 square feet, and were all two-story homes on smaller lots. The lot sizes were typically around 3,000 and 4,000 square foot range. This was a very popular community as well and had a hefty wait list, but I was able to get 3 of my clients in here, 2 at Canopy and 1 in Canopy 2. The plan 3 was the largest floor plan and was the most popular as usual. One of my clients actually ended up purchasing the model there for the plan 3. It was a gorgeous plan. Next to Canopy is Medley, which is also built by Woodside Homes. So Medley is pretty similar to Canopy. They're similar size homes, smaller lots, all two-story floor plans, and the same builder. So here we've got Medley right here. So the square footage range is from about 1,800 square feet to a little over 2,400 square feet. The plan 3 was the most popular in part because it was the only plan to have a downstairs bedroom, which a lot of home shoppers want right now. I had 2 clients that secured the plan 3 in this community, and Scott on my team has a client buying in Medley as well. They are just about sold out, and last I heard they had about 6 homes left that were either all spoken for or mostly spoken for. There may still be a chance to secure one of the models if you're interested in those. The models, they back up to the Long Valley Wash that we discussed when we talked about Esplanade earlier, and have a great view overlooking the hills of Temecula wine country. One of my clients purchased a plan 3 in Medley, just a few houses from the models with the same view, and it is a prime neighborhood location and view. Next to Medley, moving on right here, is Sommers Place, which is where all the HOA amenities are. There's a gorgeous resort style pool, clubhouse, fitness center with lap pool, kids playground, and an event center called the Barn. There are also miles of walking trails throughout the community. The last 3 communities right here, let's close this one up, are basically different versions of townhomes. So we're gonna go over those now. And these 3 communities are still selling and are about halfway through. So there is still a good chance to secure a home in one of these 3 that we're going to go over. So let's start with Revel. Revel is the largest and therefore the most popular of these 3 communities. It is a duplex style community. The units are attached at the garage. Scott on the team has a client in here. These, the square footage of these ones range from about a little over 1,700 square feet to a little bit over 2,100 square feet. Blossom is a little bit further along in construction, but still has several phases to go too. They are detached condos and slightly less popular because they have a little higher HOA and are smaller than Revel. Blossom is right here. So they range from almost 1,500 square feet, 1,497 to a little bit over 1,800 square feet. Discovery is the attached condos, and they are about halfway done too. Discovery is right here, starting a little over 1,200 square feet, going up to almost 1,800 square feet. All three Plan 1 floor plans have availability almost constantly. Plan 2 at Discovery and Blossom are sometimes available beyond the initial release, but Revel plans 2 and 3 generally sell out on release weekend. Next to the 3 townhome communities, you have Sports Ranch, which is a fabulous sports park. It's a public sports park, but it's located right in the community. It is right here. Tons of sport courts there. While Sommers Bend is well on its way to being completely built out, just last week, one of the sales reps told me that there has been some talk that Woodside is trying to acquire land right next to Sommers Bend for more new construction homes. She didn't have any info about what type of homes they would be and if it would be part of Sommers Bend with access to the HOA amenities or not. So it's only a rumor at this point. But when I was looking on the Sommers Bend website for a map for this video, I noticed this future neighborhood section on the map right here across Butterfield stage, right near the blueberry farm. So this little grayed out area says future neighborhoods right across, and then down here is where you have the blueberry farm. My husband Chris likes a good research project, so he looked up the ownership for these parcels, and one parcel is owned by a family trust as of now, and the other nearby parcels are owned by a corporation that does not appear connected to Woodside Homes as of now. So if this project is coming, from what we can tell, Woodside Homes has not completed the land purchase yet. If you want us to keep you posted when we get more information about this project and other new construction projects in the Valley, I recommend that you sign up for my weekly newsletter, where we have a section dedicated to new construction, where I tell you what communities are opening, what communities are selling out, which are running new promotions, which communities I like, what are my thoughts, etc. Links down below in the description. Hope you found this info helpful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.